Are you wanting to create a highly prosperous photography business doing what you love? Or maybe you have a great business already and want to up your game? Then you're in the right place. Master craftsman photographer Luci Dumas and her guests are here to support you on your journey. Now here's your hostess and tour guide, Luci.
Passion is what drives us to achieve our goals and to keep going, even when the going gets tough. It's what helps us overcome obstacles and to push ourselves to the next level. Passion is the fuel that propels us forward on the path to success. And that is a quote by Sumailit Palit. And I guess I need to be passionate about pronouncing that right. So thank you for joining me again, or for the first time, on The Profitable Photographer. I'm still Luci Dumas here in my San Diego house to me, it's a cold winter day, although it's probably where my guest is. It's not so cold. In case you're listening to this before the PPA Imaging Expo that's coming up January 25th, I think this is going to be posted before that. I would love to meet you. I'm going to have a get together. So watch your mail, go to lucidumascoaching.com and grab one of my free gifts, and that'll get you in my email. So you'll get notices. So I'm really excited to meet a lot of my guests in person, and hopefully they'll come to the get together so you can meet them too if you're coming. All right. So let me introduce my guest. Will, or Willie Weeks, depending on your mood. He's a cinematographer and photographer based in Memphis, Tennessee. I know I probably didn't say that right.
No, and that's fine.
He specializes in corporate and commercial video and photos of headshots and weddings. And he loves helping small businesses with his work to create content for their business. Welcome, Willie. Thank you so much for saying yes to being on my show.
Oh, thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Yeah, well, I appreciate. That's what my mother-in-law used to say. So I know you're from near where she lived. My mother-in-law was in Pontotoc, Mississippi, which is it's maybe 2 hours from Memphis, but we visited Memphis and flew out of there, so it's close. And she'd say, "I sure appreciate you."
Oh yeah. Yep.
Or when I complimented her her food, the butter beans and the yellow watermelons and all that good food, she'd say, "Glad
right there."
Yeah, she'd say, "Glad you enjoyed it." So, all right. So I'd love to know just a little about your background, how you got into photography and cinematography, so people can perk their ears up and say, "Yeah, I want to listen to that guy."
Okay. So back in 2000 and I'll say probably 2010, a friend of mine named Levi Feeney, he still is a cinematographer and photographer. I used to help him out. I think I was married for like a year. So I wanted to just try some new stuff just to, skill up in life. So he will allow me to go to like a couple of his sets that he had of him filming different. He actually would do what people would call now podcasting, before podcasting was even a thing. So he would allow me to go and help him out and assist him. I didn't care about getting paid because I looked at it as was a skill. So fast forward to 2000 and no 20. We moved to Memphis in 2015. So 2016 is when I got into photography.
So he was a cinematographer and photographer, both?
Yes.
So then you got to see how he worked with both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so he allowed me, and I wasn't like I was basically like setting up everything, setting up his tripods, his cameras, making sure, putting batteries in there, making sure everything was correct, testing his audio. So it was really on the video side more than photography that he taught me.
Mm. Um, so did you quit your other job or?
No, I was still I was working for the state of New Jersey. I was executive assistant. So I was like, that was just like something on, it was like really like, I was like a hobbyist. Like I really wasn't looking to quit my job or nothing like that. That was something I was doing on the side after work.
So, sorry, speak, Lucy.
Mhm.
So are you working full time now? Is it
Oh no, I don't. I do filmmaking and photography part time. So it's
okay?
after my work. I work for the federal government during the day.
Ah, yeah, it is tempting to stay with government jobs because there's a
Hmm.
lot of, at least my
Hmm.
understanding, it's consistent and
Yeah.
you get good benefits and you have uh,
Hmm.
it's not as unstable as other work, but I think
Yeah.
it's inspiring for people that might be listening, thinking, oh, I have to be all or nothing. And
Hmm.
for you, it's something that feeds your soul and probably brings in some money and supports different
Hmm.
parts of your life. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And there he is from the South too. Yes, ma'am.
Mm.
I I'm from Southern California. It's very different. All right.
Yeah.
So I know that your passion is passion projects.
Yes.
So explain, what is a passion project?
So a passion project is basically self-explanatory, something that you love to do. You don't care about getting paid for it. It's something that you have full creative control of. You set how long you want it to be, how short you want it to be, and you really passion projects is something that really you can do use for multiple things. You could use it multiple as far as working on things that you might struggle with. So if you're a headshot for, if you want to become a headshot photographer, you might want to say, hey, I want to round up, um, local, you know, uh, business owners who might have a story or whatever, and I just want to do a free headshot, passion project.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you have love for seniors, where a lot of times, when seniors, they pass away, they have you'll see pictures in the obituary of when they was in their 20s and 30s. So you like, you know what? I want to reach out to seniors, senior citizens, I should say,
Mm-hmm.
who don't have, people don't have an updated picture of grandmom or grandpop or
Right.
great or auntie or uncle, whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
then that way, you at least you have a picture of them, to to use for cherish for the memories. But for me, I do
Okay, hold on a sec.
video.
Hold on.
Hmm.
So I just wanted to mention that because I'm part of a women's photography group and
Hmm.
we do fun things and we do what we call Women in Creative Photography Give Back every now and then.
Hmm.
And we photographed about 60 seniors at a community. And so just what you said, it was so rewarding. And sadly, several of the members before the photographs came back had already passed away, but it felt so good to know that we provided the families that special gift. Um,
Yeah.
and we learned a lot in the while we were doing it. Especially a lot of women in my group that don't do portraits or don't use natural light. I help them find the light and do a little posing. So it was a win-win for everybody. So I
Well,
know
that's
what
great.
you're talking about. So I'm eager to hear your passion project.
Yeah. So a passion project I did last year, it was for Women History Month. and it
Mm.
was I filmed. Uh, I think I filmed four black women that were business owners, and I narrowed it down to like two because when I'm the questions I had, filming it with two cameras, so editing that takes a lot, whatever, from getting from one camera shot to the next camera shot. So I really filmed it down to two. Plus, it was just the stories, whatever. And then I was able to use that because always said I wanted to work with small business owners and do commercials, but I never had any video commercials to approach business owners who might need it. So I use that. I use that to be able to work on videos and it has helped me with corporate clients, and it also helped me with small business owners. And now I have our portfolio is really about passion project is really about portfolio building.
Mm.
That's the overall summary of it. If you don't have something in your portfolio, you really can't offer a client that. And if you do, you can't charge a lot for that, because when a client goes to your website, they want to be able to be like, okay, well, how can you say you're a headshot photographer, but I don't see any headshots in your
Hmm.
website. So work doing a passion project, will help with that. Um, Also with passion projects, you can also get sponsored by different companies.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. I want to have you help us break that down because I
mhm,
love that idea. So tell me, first of all, give me a little overview of how you can get sponsored, and then maybe we can do some step by step about how someone would
okay,
look for sponsors. But how,
okay.
so let's start with uh, just the facts about sponsors, how that works.
So to get sponsored, a lot of times, especially being a African American in America, a lot of times they will help you out because they want to show diversify and inclusion, with what you're doing. It looks good on them because it shows that they do like to help um, the Black America, blacks in America. I'm sorry,
I'm
and
sorry, Black what America?
it African American, I meant to say, I'm sorry.
Well,
Yeah, it like it helps them because it shows that they do like to help. Um
so when you say they, who's they?
so any like corporate clients, local people who like local business owners, or even like camera or lighting companies, or really anybody that wants to help sponsor.
Mhm.
Sponsorship can be where they can give you money, or they can if like you doing a passion project, and you might want to be like, hey, um like I did the video or whatever. You might want to see if somebody want to reach out to sponsor, to send you a lens, or to send you a camera, or to
Right.
send you a light, whatever. And you just use that, and you basically in that video, you just say, well, this video was sponsored by such and such because they helped you with that passion project.
Got it. So if I were going to do something showing mature women having a
Mm-hmm.
great time, and I went searching for a sponsor that has an intention of having more mature women included in their marketing and whatever kind of campaigns, then I could reach out and say, I'm doing a project on this, would
Mm-hmm.
you like to help sponsor? Is that
Yeah, yeah, you would. I would say you would give people at least like a couple of months in advance because you never know what people, what companies' budgets are.
Hmm.
So if you're planning on doing a passion, like March is Women History Month. So
Hmm.
if you want to do something in March, you need to really be reaching out to people now to see if if they're willing to help because a lot of times a fiscal years is different for everybody. So some people fiscal years in January, some people fiscal years in September, some people fiscal years in June. So you really need to see, what they can offer. And sometimes they can't help you with money, but they might be like, well, we can't help you, monetarily, but if you send us this, we can post it on our social media.
Ah,
So that's another way too. It don't always have to be about um money or equipment. It could be numerous of things. If you could
sure.
have a company that can share your passion project, who knows? Like if they have a nice following and stuff, they share it on their page and they have hundreds of thousands of followers and they share that like
Yeah,
who
that's huge.
that is what it's all really about marketing. That's passion project, marketing yourself.
So it's about doing photographs and then using them to, or
Mm-hmm.
photographs or video in an area that you either want more work in, or you might feel a little like you need more experience in, and then
Mm-hmm.
using those to market. And with possible sponsors, you you either you might be able to show them what you've done, or
Yeah.
say, I'm going to be doing this, or I'm going to be doing more of this, and I'm looking for sponsors or a great location, or like I'm thinking if there's uh, a special needs, you want to do more special needs
Mm-hmm.
children, then an organization that supports special needs kids that
Yeah.
can also use them in brochures and things might connect you to be able to do these photographs. So is that what you're also talking
Oh
about,
yeah.
making those
Yeah,
connections?
yeah, because I mean, people love to help, regardless of what society says. People in America do love to help small business owners and entrepreneurs and creatives.
Mm,
So um, there, folks, you just have to really it's really on you how you going to market yourself. Like, you want to do this passion project. Now, some people don't care about all this. They don't care about getting sponsors. They just really care about just I'm doing this, and I'm doing this because I really have a passion for whatever it might be. And if it gets a word for it, if it don't, some people might do it. They might have like social anxiety or
mm,
where they feel like this is a stress reliever for them. Where I really believe passion projects really help people because it's really the only thing that you really have full creative control of. And I
right.
will say though that if you're going to do a passion project, please um make people sign model releases,
Yes.
just in case because you don't want somebody saying, well, and letting them know that, hey, I'm using this for marketing purposes because some people like, oh, I don't want that posted on social media, or I don't want this posted anywhere, whatever. So you make sure that you have a model release when you're doing passion projects.
That okay, I gotta write that down. Be sure you have
Hmm.
model releases. So there's another benefit that I experienced from passion
Hmm.
projects, if you don't mind me sharing a little my little side note. Um, there was a period of time where that there nobody had work in my world, and I probably went 3 or 4 months without work. And I spent that time going through my own personal files and getting organized. And at the end of it, I realized, oh, I've become capable of anything that I want to say yes to.
Mm-hmm.
And my heart wanted to say yes to photographing kids in foster care. And through some magical ways that I got connected, I discovered that San Diego County Adoption was planning a calendar with pastors from churches that had agreed to help get homes for certain kids. And I just knew it was for me. I had already asked my lab and asked the camera store, George's Camera, if they'd give me free film if I took on a project. And so I did that for 2 years, these calendars. The cool thing, my dad was a pastor, so I knew how to talk to because I was photographing the kids with the pastors.
Mm-hmm.
And, I know how to deal with those guys. I know how to make them comfortable and make them feel respected and all that.
Yeah.
And what happened was I, of course, I wasn't planning to get paid for that, but my work changed because after, I don't know, maybe it was 15 years I'd been working, I'd gotten sort of standardized to what I could sell the clients.
Mm-hmm.
And in this circumstance, I was focused on how do I sell those kids? How do I show the angels that need forever homes? And I was worried about doing what my heart called me to photographically,
Mm-hmm.
not what someone else is going to buy, because I
Yeah.
already had the job. And then my professional work changed because of that experience of just freeing myself to do something new.
Mm-hmm.
And my business grew. I got the biggest client I've ever had. I was with them for 8 years. Every year they dropped 5 figures on photography. So I didn't do it for any rewards or marketing, but all kinds of rewards came back to me. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you had that
Oh yeah.
experience?
Yes.
Yeah. Where sometimes you just do something because it feels right.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever it is, the angels, the universe, God, some dude in the cloud named Ralph, I don't know.
Right. Shout out
says,
to Ralph.
yes, I don't know, Ralph. Woo! Says, thanks, that was cool. Here's some goodies for that. I sure appreciate you, as they
Yeah.
say in Memphis, right?
Right.
Yeah. So what else about passion projects do you think someone would love to know?
Um, I don't know. I think I said about it all. I mean, it's really like I think the number one thing, it has to, it has to be rewarding for yourself.
Right.
You're not looking for this to validate anybody else but yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as great as you want it to be, it can be. So, don't I would say, do it how you want to do it. Don't ask someone, oh well, look at this. No, be self-confident in yourself,
Got
and
it.
whatever you create, know that you do the best of it. So, that's why I would tell. It's really self-rewarding because you get to say that I created this, I finalized on this, and I have full control of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm thinking about now you reminding me of all kinds of different things I've done in my life. Because when I first thought about it, I thought, oh, I don't do passion projects. But when I think about the history of myself,
Mm-hmm.
things are coming up. And
Yeah.
many years ago, I started looking at photographs or art of children,
Mm-hmm.
classic old art, to be inspired for sets and just ways to photograph kids. And there's a watercolor painter named Bessie Peace Gutman,
Mm-hmm.
who in my generation, everybody's grandmothers had these photographs of babies sleeping in bed, or these paintings of babies in bed and little children holding teddy bears. So I took my favorite one that had been in my grandma's house, and I happen to have I guess you'd call it a step nephew. At that time, my husband's brother's son was a newborn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I played around and photographed him, like, and I got a beanbag chair and some netting and some things. And I ended up getting a merit with PPA for that.
Mm.
So
Oh
yeah,
wow, that's great.
yeah. So, and then it kind of in general and gave me more ideas for my photography, just the research of getting books on, and it was before internet. So,
Yeah.
thinking about, oh, how could I create that scene? So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so they don't have to be huge things, right?
Another thing I want to say too about passion projects, it can also help with grants that you want to apply for.
Ooh,
And I would tell anybody look up art commissions or art councils in either your state or in your city or your county, because every state should have an art commission or art council, and then you can actually use that as a reference of and listen, I did this passion project or whatever, and I'm looking to do it again, but at this time, I'm gonna need funding for it because I this was all self-funding. So
hmm,
you could get a grant to do something.
that is incredible. I've heard
Mm-hmm.
that, but I've never tried. And I do have a friend that I think she was given like a month, like in an artist's retreat area or something,
Mm.
and sponsored. I can't remember what that's called. Um, but yeah, I
Yeah,
like.
Tennessee, and Tennessee, we have the Tennessee Art Commission.
Mm.
We have in Memphis, we have Arts Memphis, and then Indie Film Festival. They have grants that they give out to filmmakers or screenwriters that
Oh,
want to work on a passion project, really.
so there's all kinds of opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and when we focus on what we love to do,
Yeah.
then all kinds of things can flow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know what else I wanted to ask you about, since you do both video and cinematography. And I will
You said.
admit my attempts to do videos, even an Easter egg hunt,
Hmm.
disastrous, where I thought it was on and it was off. This was pre video. So I have lots of pictures of kids looking for Easter eggs, but none of them finding them,
Mm-hmm.
because I'd click thinking I was starting it, and I was ending it. So video is not my thing.
Hmm.
What is different with, like, when you're going to be doing video compared to photography? What different hat do you have to wear, or what do you look for? What's
So when I'm doing video, I really think photography is like easy. Like I'll take photography jobs with no problem. They're so easy. Like I'm really just like because I storytelling. So both of them are storytelling. Just one is you're freezing time with the shutter of taking photos, and the other one is you're freezing time, but you're just doing it in video. So for me, the difference in video is that one is just like a still photo, so you just freezing time at that time. But video, you really get to tell the story, you know,
so what
with
are you paying attention to with video that you don't when you're
you
doing
like
photography?
they both are details, and like I love catching reactions,
Mm,
um, either they're happy, sad, like really like if you're like if you're doing a wedding, you want to catch details on, the bride coming in and the groom. Uh, you want to catch the bride, her reaction coming in. You want to catch the groom, reaction if he's crying, because those are like money shots. Like,
right.
because if you see a groom cry, oh, that you want that photo or video.
Yeah.
Um, even if you see the mother of the bride, the mother of the groom, or some of the bridesmaids or the groomsmen, like you want to just catch emotions. So with video, you get to actually, see the emotions, and
Mm,
you see it with photography, but it's just that one instance. But
right.
video is longer. So really like it's like watching a movie, whatever. The
Mhm.
difference between watching a movie and then just going to an art gallery and just seeing something just that one time. But a
Right.
video, it's a longer story than a photo is.
Right. But when you're shooting, like
Hmm.
with photographs, you have to watch for that moment when everything comes
Hmm.
together.
Yeah, so I guess with video you do get longer time because like photographers are like, oh well, especially during the weddings or events, you only get that one time. Where in video, you might get that one time, but you're recording it, so if it happens again, you're able to catch it again, especially if you got multiple cameras.
Right. Right. I attended a cousin's daughter's wedding, and the friend that was photographing it is a videographer.
Hmm.
And he mostly videoed the whole thing and then
Hmm.
captured stills
Hmm.
from the video. And it was so different. I, of course, with my years of experience, they were happy to have me help pose. And just for fun, I took some stills of things. But like with him, I helped him get a group together, but
Hmm.
he didn't have that moment where he was like, okay, everybody here. Okay, boom. He
Yeah.
just did it. And then he
Hmm.
sorted through and found the one. What do you think of that as a way to photograph and film an event or a wedding all at the same time?
I usually like to have a couple people because like I want to catch. I really don't like doing that because you're going to always miss something. Like yeah, video, yeah, you could do free. That's called freeze frames, whatever, where
Mhm.
you just getting your whatever was video captured, you can just freeze it and then get this still. But whenever if somebody like I got a wedding I gotta do April 20th, and that's um I'm doing photos and video, but I'm doing a video and I'm hiring a photographer to take care of this because like I want to stay exactly on details of the video, and that's what video, that's what
Yeah.
audio, the lighting, and
So
you
not
know,
bothering to
yeah,
set up
yeah,
stills that you videotape,
hmm,
but then you have to go through your video to find the stills, right? And pull it out. Yeah. So
yeah,
so
yeah,
you're saying
I
you
got,
prefer to do it traditional, where the
yeah,
videographer is paying attention to motion, sound,
hmm,
emotion, lighting, design, and the still photographer is
yeah,
looking for those sweet, perfect moments and
hmm.
the portraits and things like that. Did I get that
Now,
right?
yeah, because sometimes even a videographer, like a photographer, might not caught something, and sometimes a videographer might have, and if he filmed it in 4K resolution, then he the higher the rate, whatever the still of that video, he might be able to get a better quality in
Mm,
case if that photographer don't need it. But a lot of times, like you don't want to when you're doing video when you're doing video, uh you know well, I should say photography, you really don't want to rely on a videographer because you want to
right.
be able to you know have your own thing. And even for that,
Hmm.
like you know, if somebody hiring me for photo and video, I'm going to have like two or three different people because I want to be able to focus on what I got hired for. So
Right.
yeah.
That makes sense. Total sense.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. Thank you. I love this conversation, and I'm so
Oh
glad
yeah.
you said yes
Oh
uh,
yeah.
to being on my show. I have two quick questions. One,
Mhm.
I know you are an ambassador for
Yes,
PhotoBiz. It's a
yes,
website program that is a like a plug and play, super simple, beautiful
yeah.
setups and such. So I know you have something you're allowed to offer my listeners. So what would that be, Will?
So PhotoBiz is a one-stop solution-based hosting site that, for photographers or videographers or creatives. If you got a studio, you can have a PhotoBiz that, they for your hosting, your CRM.
Oh,
People don't. We do client gallery, email marketing. Um, they they have people that SEO tracking. I mean, it really is like a one-stop solution based platform for you, and it's $29 a month. Or if you use my discount code weeks 23, you get 40% off your first year, which
wow.
comes to, instead of paying like, I believe it's like $300 for the year, you pay $180.
Wow.
And they also, PhotoBiz also have refer a friend program. So if you refer someone and they stay with the site for 60 days, you get $25 VCs or virtual credit. So
Oh,
and you're able to use that virtual credit for toward your billing cycle, where you want to use it towards that, or if you want to use it towards other things like if you want more, I think 5,000 photos is what they start you off with client gallery. So
hmm,
if you like, 5,000 isn't enough, I need 10,000, I need 20,000, you can use your virtual credit towards that. So it really benefits. I've been with PhotoBiz since 2000 and believe 18 or 19. So I've
hmm,
been with them for a while. And Tony Shaw is actually the person who actually put me on to. She's a photographer in Greensboro, North Carolina, actually where PhotoBiz is at.
hmm. That's awesome. And I didn't
Yeah,
know they had a CRM. I
yeah,
was when I had 17 hats for a while, I was paying that
yeah,
for just the CRM. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
great. Thank you. So my last question is either is there something information wise that you would like that you want to make sure that you share that maybe you haven't yet, or just a parting thought for us, a takeaway?
So January 27th, I'm doing a discover workshop for anyone that might be in the Memphis area, Memphis, Arkansas, North Mississippi. I'm doing I'm teaching a workshop for 3 hours from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Memphis at Crosstown Concourse. I will be there for 3 hours. I only have 10 slots available. Well, I actually only have 8 slots because two people did sign up. So it's only 8 spots because I like to have a small group. I don't have a lot, and the price is $125. You can go to weeksmediagroup.com and go to educational section, and you'll be
Mhm,
able to see the the workshop list. And also May the 18th and 19th, I'm going to be speaking at Bedford Camera Expo, where I'll be speaking about video, lighting, and audio, and also be doing a
awesome,
video walk there, and
awesome.
that's in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh, thank you. Now, if someone's listening to this in July, do you have a parting inspirational thought or something
So
you want people to take away from this conversation?
years ago, I was a photographer, videographer who self-doubted myself. I didn't see a lot of value in my craft or myself. And my mentor Chip Desard said something to me, who's based in DMV area. He said something to me that was so empowering that it really it was like it woke something up in me. He said, "Be so good that people can't deny you." And ever since he told me that, it really has really did something in me where now I don't care what someone says about my work. I don't care about validation. The only validation I care about is an invoice, because that means that a client saw good enough to see my work and want to invest in me. And so that's all that really matters to me.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. And Will, it's been super fun hanging out with you this
Oh yeah.
evening in January. And
Can I give a quick shout out to a couple of my sponsors though? Affiliate programs I am with.
Okay, usually people don't love too
Oh
many
no,
of
that's
those,
fine, that's fine,
but
that's fine.
go for it.
So just Westcott Lighting, that's one of my affiliates that I'm with, and I'm with Pro Prints as well. So
Yeah, like
Pro
ProPrint.
Prints, I'm an educator with them. So when I
Oh,
do photography classes, they do send me out coupons to give to my attendees.
great.
So thank you to both of them.
And so you're just a wealth of goodies. People want
Ah,
to get
yeah.
in touch with you, you're gonna hook them up, right?
Yep, that's right.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Willie, and I'll let you know when this is out, and you can expect some people to want to say hi to you. So
Yep,
appreciate you.
yep.
Take care.
All right, thank you.
Well, that was such a treat. He is such a warm and knowledgeable and inspirational guest. So I really enjoyed that conversation, and I imagine you did as well. So the core, my little quickie wrap up, is that he is inspiring us to come up with projects, either if there's something we want to get better at, or we want to specialize in and we need samples, to go for it. And the beauty, he said, is you get to have complete control. So you're not trying to please anybody. It's okay if you make mistakes because you're doing it for you. And we talked about getting sponsors and how that can get us some goodies with those passion projects. Could be money, could be PR, and other things. Could be money. Wait, did I say money? Anyway, and we talked a little about the difference between cinematography and still photography, which I found interesting thoughts. So that is it for now, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.
You have been listening to The Highly Profitable Photographer with Luci Dumas. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please rate, subscribe, review, and share. To connect one-on-one and learn more about our coaching programs, just go to lucidumascoaching.com. Until next time, go have fun photographing and selling your work.